Hey y'all, welcome to the Sweet Chariot Travel Channel. My name is Chanita and I am a solo traveler. While visiting Lima, Peru, I booked 2 tours and a cooking class with the Haku tour company. In this video, it'll be a travel vlog / me sharing my experience with this tour company. I found this tour company through Airbnb experience, but you can also book this tour online. I was picked up from my apartment in Barranco. Then I was taken to the Haku office building. That is where they have their cooking classes. I really liked that there was a separate room for the cooking classes and everything was laid out. Everything was well organized once I got there. We used the purple corn to make the chicha morada, which is a drink made from dried purple corn and is boiled with pineapple, apples, and other spices. While the chicha morada was cooking, we began cutting up vegetables to make the calza limonada. Calza limonada is a layered potato dish that is very popular in Lima. There are many different ways to make this dish. For our cooking class, we made a vegan calza. Layer the mashed potatoes, the vegetable filling, avocado. We also added this sauce. I added a little detail, a little design to my dish, and then we sat down at the dinner table to indulge in our beautiful works of art. It was really pretty. I liked it. And I also liked the dish as well. It was nice. After we finished eating the calza, we began cooking the lomo sentado, which is a Peruvian beef stir fry. The most important part of making this dish is that the wok has to be on high. It needs to be burning, smoking. So it's good for a little fire to hit the meat on the inside of the wok. But when I was cooking it, I was just like, I don't want to tip this meat over. I don't want anything to happen. So I was a little timid when shaking the wok. He was like, shake it harder, shake it harder. That little shake is all he got out of me. I don't like playing with fires. I don't want to see the fire blaze. I just want to cook this meat. And once we finished cooking the meat, we added the vegetables, sauteed the vegetables, and we added the rice inside this cup. I'm not sure what the name of this cup was. It was like to mold the rice. And we plated the dish, and then we ate our food, and that was pretty much the end of this cooking class. Transportation back to my apartment was included on this tour, but I decided to go to the park. And then after I left the park, I decided to walk to the Miraflores area to walk along the boardwalk to head back to my apartment in Barranco. Walking along the boardwalk at night was my favorite part of being in Lima. The sky at night is a beautiful lavender pinkish color, and I also felt very safe in the Barranco and Miraflores area. Lima is also very dog friendly, so you'll see many people walking their dogs along the boardwalk at night. I really enjoyed the cooking class, so I decided to book another tour with the Haku tour company. After the class, our chefs informed us that a percentage of the money from the tour helps support local communities. So my next tour was visiting the Shanty towns in Lima. It's here. So I got some eggs and it has sausage in it with some bread on the side. I'm gonna wait to drink my coffee because I just had orange juice as well. So I'm here at the La Bodega Verde Cafe, and I have a tour today to the Shanty towns here in Lima, Peru, and I'm really excited about it to see like the real side of Lima. But so far, what I've seen of Lima is just absolutely beautiful. The Miraflores area as well as Barranco is very beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited. My tour guide should be picking me up in 15 minutes. I'm gonna actually go ahead and pay for this, so I won't have to wait around. I just ate that food so fast. So I got 5 minutes until my tour guide picks me up for the Shanty Town Airbnb tour. And this tour company is the same company that I was with yesterday for the cooking classes, which were really great. It was a really great tour. Well, it was a really great cooking class.
Dark umbrella, but no, they prefer to buy rainbow umbrellas. This way, please. Se puede, con su permiso. Gracias. Hola, ahí ancho. Let me show you, my friends. You saw this before, right?
Yes.
This is considered a superfood called breadfruit. When they arrive to Dominican Republic, they have not much to eat. I'm talking about the 14th century, 15th century, and they found those kind of squash. It's a kind of a squash.
So it's not sweet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like over 40?
Very good.
How many is it?
You are closer.
Around 40? Okay.
5,000.
5,000? Wow.
Next tour guides will tell you the same thing.
Over 5,000 potatoes.
This is a banana shape. Monkey banana. Oh, wow. Wow, it's a present.
Oh! Muchas gracias. Thank you. She's just like, oh, have it.
Yeah, she likes it.
Oh.
Ser contraproducente les traía mejores ventas. Solamente los artículos de lujo. Ahora cuando Policeman's música so lonely, tan solitaria. En Radio Mágica 103 FM, música del recuerdo en inglés.
We have arrived.
Very beautiful, right?
Yeah, that
Here
view.
you have a view of everything.
Now this area does look like a desert versus Miraflores, which is like so much greenery.
Yeah, because as my partner was telling you, this was a desert.
The soup kitchen. The school for adults. The youngest student is 62 years old. We will provide here the food donation so they can cook. They feed normally for 80 people. Look, see, they are picking up the food. We go in there in a minute. 100 people. A lot of people are getting food from the soup kitchen we built. And also we help to build and to keep going with the vegetable garden. ¿Quién está? ¿Quién está?
This way. Here they have some. Over here, if you want to see.
To hear their meals that they prepare for the families.
Este es uno de los tops de la empresa. Pero tú preguntarás, ¿y por qué no?
The Shanty towns of Peru. About to finish our tour. I think to a school, and then we're gonna make our way back down. I got a water. They will give you a lot of gifts, okay? So you gotta be prepared for that. That is so pretty.
We had to call the locals to come. As you notice, no one will come to you and say, "Oh, you're a foreigner, give me something." No one will do that. And that's why we had to call them to give them something. Next house to visit today is this one, the house of Miss. ¿Esto es una vez?
No, fuimos a la chocolatada navideña. Y la
Este es tu primer tour. La otra es fue voluntariado.
Claro.
Bueno. Hola.
Pobre gatito.
Wow.
Tiene frío. A ver, antes de que se caiga.
Tiene frío.
His name is Kui.
Kui, oh, he's food.
Ah, no, ese es Leoncito. Este es primo de Leoncito.
Oh my goodness.
Y tú eres Leoncita porque tienes el mismo cabello que él.
Ella tiene cabello de gallina.
Esta morenita,
Wow.
¿cómo se llama? Es de Estados Unidos. Un cuadrillón para que te ayude a despierto. No viene cinta, o sea que no escondas gatos, no te preocupes. A lo mejor esconde el gato por si acaso.
Goes from this side to this side.
Uy, ya.
Oh, those beans are huge.
¿Qué están haciendo ahorita, señorita?
Vainita saltada.
Vainita saltada.
O arroz con leche.
Did those
Is
come
it-
from here?
Huh?
Those beans came from here?
Some, yeah, those are.
Oh,
It's called payares.
payaris. Those are huge.
Yeah, those are really
Grande.
huge. Dice que son grandes. Dice they're making something called vainita salteada. Vainita salteada with some milk mixed with rice.
Okay, okay. Is that what she's making over there?
No, she's making the vainita. She's making vainita.
Okay. I am back from my tour. So I had a great time on my tour. I wish I would have booked them when I first came here to Lima, but I ended up going with other tour guides. I would definitely highly recommend going and touring with them. I went to a cooking class yesterday and that experience was great as well. The tour guides or the chefs that I was cooking with, they're very professional, very knowledgeable, right? And yeah, it was a great time. And the same for today, like the tour guides, I felt very safe and I felt welcome going to the shanty towns, because I think that, you know, if the people don't respect the tour guide that you have, then your experience is not going to be as great either. So I went on a tour with the guy. He's from America and he lives here in Peru. He's lived here for several years, but he doesn't have a relationship with the local people. And so when we were walking around in the market to like different stands, it was like they were annoyed to see him. And so that also affects how you interact with those local people as well, versus going with a tour company or a tour guide that is a local, that is Peruvian or indigenous. It's a whole different vibe. Like, even though we were in these shanty towns and they didn't have as much, they still were very welcoming and friendly, hospitable. They was trying to feed me so much. They were very hospitable, and it's because of the tour guide, right? Like, if the tour guide is friends with the local community, you're gonna have a better experience. And I'm just thinking about that tour that I did with the guy he was from the United States, versus this tour. Like, we're going to an area where people have every reason not to be as kind because their conditions aren't the best. But they were so kind and they were so hospitable and they were so happy to like see the tour guide, and then they're happy to see him, and so then they want to get to know you, versus like the one I did with the guy that was American. It was like they were annoyed to see him, right? And even the tour guide, the American tour guide, was saying like, oh, he was trying to get one of the women's attention that worked at the fruit stands, and she was ignoring him. And so I was like, oh, she probably didn't see you, or she's just focused on like making her sales. And he was like, no, she's probably annoyed with me because I do these tours and I really don't buy anything. I'm like, what? Like, it's weird. It was very weird. But anyway, the tour today, I'm not going to get into like all that. Moving forward, I say that to say, right, this is a great tour company. They also give the money from the tour to like local communities, local families. The cooking class that I went to yesterday, that's also giving money towards local families. Like the soup kitchen I went to today, they received that money from the cooking class. I'm gonna try to come back to Lima after the Peru hop tour for like 3 days. I'm gonna see if I can do that. If not, it just gives me something to look forward to when I come back here. Because I definitely want to spend a little bit more time here in Lima, like really exploring Lima. Is it dark right here? Oh, let me stop. On my third tour with the Haku tour company, I went on a walking tour of the historic center of Lima, starting with the San Martin Square. By the time I went on this tour, it was already the day after Christmas, and there were still protests against the government going on in Peru, which is why the police were around the square. For this tour, we learned more about the history of Lima, along with learning about the architecture of different historic buildings.
Supreme Court, Justice Palace. So it's surrounded by militaries because of the manifestations. Democratic society of Lima.
Look at this car. I don't think I've ever seen a car like this. Like an older car.
This is one of the first cars after the carriages.
That is nice.
What was the story? That's the first car brought to Peru.
Stained glass. No.
Gorgeous. And it was built in 1920s.
Yeah, 1920.
Oh, the Christmas tree. I need to try this place. Oh, they have breakfast as well.
They have breakfast.
They have some really good chicken.
Over here as well.
They got burgers.
Okay, makes sense.
Sacrifices.
Lima is the oldest capital in South America, and their central area is the nicest central area I've seen since I've been traveling. So I was very impressed with how clean and spacious it is. I felt safe walking around in Central. Normally most central areas are pretty busy and hectic, and it wasn't that way. This was, like I said, the day after Christmas, so it wasn't much going on. The highlight of this tour was going to the Convent of San Francisco to see the catacombs, which I had never heard of until visiting Lima. Catacombs are underground tunnels and chambers that serve as a burial place for members of religious orders and prominent citizens. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to record or take photos inside the church, so I cannot show any videos inside, but trust me, it was an amazing experience, something very different, and this is a great place to visit if you're coming to Lima. So after we left the San Francisco church, we stopped by a churro shop, and I had the best churro in the world. I'm not used to these churros. They're like wrapped up. The shade. So I have a chocolate churro. Let's see. Get it in the sun. The dough tastes like the donuts from the Chinese place. The hot donuts from the a Chinese buffet with the sugar on top. That chocolate in the middle tastes like, I don't know, it tastes like a chocolate icing. This is amazing. It's really good. That is the end of this video of my tours with the Haku Tour Company. I'll put the link of these tours in the description box, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you hit the like button and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in solo traveling or if you would like to follow my solo traveling journey. Thank you guys for watching, and bye. See you next time.